Welcome to lesson 214 of A Course in Miracles. We are reviewing lesson, I place the future into the hands of God. We are at review number 6. This is the last review of part 1 of A Course in Miracles. And you are at the Qigong support for A Course in Miracles. I'm Judith, and this is part of the Lucid Mind Center, a virtual center for retraining the mind. And how this is going to work is first we're going to read and contemplate this lesson together. It's a very short lesson. And then afterwards I'm going to guide you to a Qigong class where we are going to contemplate the core idea, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And then I'm also going to remind you within that to actually remember your lesson, to read your lesson, and also anchor it deeply within you. At the end, if you liked it, let me know where you're from, how long you've been with A Course in Miracles. Subscribe to my channel so more Course in Miracle students can find me. Let me know what you think and share it with somebody who might need it, actually. So let's begin reading our lesson together. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. We've been doing that for 14 days now together. Or maybe you are the first time here at my class. But it's a very important idea, since we've been repeating it for 14 days plus 2 days before we started the review. It was one of the lessons. I place the future in the hands of God. This idea belongs to lesson 194. The past is gone and the future is not yet. Now am I freed from both the past and the future. For what God gives can only be for good, and I accept but what He gives as what belongs to me. So whatever God gives, it can only be for good, for it can be forever, and it can only be for good, like we talked yesterday. If a particular word has got different meanings, and since this has been dictated into English, then it's always very interesting to ponder on the different meanings. Like, for example, I need do nothing. This is one of the lessons which we have been going through, or the statements, ideas. And that particular sentence, that phrase, I need do nothing, means something else depending on which word you put your emphasis on. And when I understood that, it took me years to understand all the 4 different meanings. Once I understood that there is different meanings, then I was more vigilant with other words, with other phrases, also with the meaning which other people are understanding by words. People having wars about words, when words are just symbols, off symbols, and twice removed from reality. So it's not about the words, it's the truth behind the symbology, which we want to understand, which we want to comprehend deep within ourselves, deep within the stillness of our experience of self. And once we have understood it, then we just need to want to express it from a depth of love and kindness and care. And then the right words are going to come to us, so we can transmit this to the person who needs to hear this. So I place the future in the hands of God. This is trusting that you will get the right words, that you will get the right message over when you need to do it, because you are placing your future. You're basically placing yourself, this human experience, into the hands of God. You're saying, okay, use it. Use me, use my body, use my experience, my skill set, my upbringing. Whatever has occurred so far, it doesn't really matter, but whatever has occurred so far has made me whoever I am, whatever human experiencing I'm living. This is what has made me be this. So use this in your favor. Do what needs to be done, or help me, show me what I need to do, what I need to say, for the greater good of all humanity, for the greater good of the world, for us to return back to peace and joy and happiness and love. and explore this human potential, explore this real world, this joy of being here on earth. Bring heaven back to earth. I place the future in the hands of God. The past is gone. The future is not yet. Now am I freed from both. For what God gives can only be good, can only be for good. And I accept but what He gives as what belongs to me. So whatever He gives belongs to you. It belongs to all of us. Once we remember that we are the Holy Child, the Holy Son of God, the light of the world. And those things which are being said in this Course in Miracles and which sometimes come from Course in Miracles students, some people will find them offensive because it is not aligned with a God which is punishing evil. And what we are learning here is different from any other philosophies which we have had in the East. Maybe the most similar to it is the Taoism. Maybe that's the ones I know. Obviously there must be religions which I do not know anything about. But the most similar of the ones which I know is Taoism. But even there isn't this clearance of I am not a body, I am free. So if I'm not a body now, I'm not a body ever. So there is no body, I'm always free. For I am still as God created me. But they do talk about returning into the stillness. They call it the void or the nirvana in Eastern religions. But one of the things which I find lacking there, it is always the saving of oneself, of that one person. If I save myself, then I can leave, then I don't have to do it anymore. And the Course in Miracles is clearly saying, or the message of Christ is clearly, you can't save yourself. The only way you can save yourself if every single one of us wakes up. So therefore, I place the future in the hands of God, because all by myself, I actually do not know what needs to be done. I actually do not know what to say. I do not know who I am even. And all this we've been learning in the beginning. And once we accept that there is just certain parts which we just simply cannot comprehend, and we're just going to trust that the voice for God is going to guide us in the right direction, that trust is going to bring us where it needs to bring us. I hope that makes sense to you. Let me know what you think. Now prepare your book, put it on the side, and you're going to need it in the Qigong class. I have prepared 2 classes for you. You can lay the book next to you, or you can even write it down. I'm a very big fan of writing the lessons down, because just by writing it, you can remember it better. And I'm suggesting to do a standing Qigong class, because this is what I prefer, but you can also do a seated one. So here you have got the standing Qigong class for review 6. Here you have got a seated Qigong class for review 6. And here you have got a whole list of lessons. And here you can follow me on my new Qigong YouTube channel. Love, light and Qi to you.